Hey guys, here is my internally rotated hip abduction from side lying. I'll show it to you, then I'll coach you through it. Okay, so first, the side lying position can be a tough position to set up and feel properly to make sure that you're straight. I want to think that my heels are directly in line with my knees, my hips, my shoulders, my ear. So I'm in a nice straight line here. Also, people have a tendency to roll backwards when they're side lying, okay? You want to be forward, arm out in front of you, holding on to the heaviest object you can find so that you can brace off of it. All right, this is going to help stabilize your body. We don't want our pelvis to drop forward as we take our leg and move it slightly in front of the bottom leg. So our top leg comes slightly in front of the bottom leg, and my toe turns downward. That downward toe is not as a result of me just moving my foot. It's actually a result of me internally rotating my hip joint. Okay, so I should feel some tension already in the hip joint. And then as I lift this leg, right about here, right behind my back, my hip pocket, that's what's going to contract to pull me up. Everything that's not moving needs to be pressing down into the ground. My left leg, my right arm, my left shoulder, and I'm holding on to this dumbbell extra tight so I don't rock. Some people have a tendency just to rush through this. The top part, your end range of motion, is the hardest part. Spend a little bit of extra time up there. A good squeeze right here. All right. If we start to feel it in the obliques or side crunching, that means that we're moving our pelvis like so. When we're in side lying position, we should have a natural gap underneath our oblique, all right, where we can feel the bottom of our ribs on the floor and the side of our pelvis on the floor. But our torso here, like our obliques, that should not be pressing very hard into the floor, or else that would mean that you have some sort of hip drop or hip hike happening, and we don't want that. We want this side of the pelvis to be stacked right on top of this side of the pelvis, or this hip stacked right on top of this hip. Don't allow for any hip hike to occur. All right, so one more time, we get in our good side lying setup. I'm pressing down with all the non-moving parts. I'm in my long spine position. Internally rotate that hip, try to keep it out of the ankle, focus it on the hip. And I go into my leg lifts for the prescribed amount of reps. That is the side lying, internally rotated abduction leg lift.